Tonight, a Fort Wayne woman is counting her blessings after almost being run over by a car. She says it's because drivers are misusing the road. News Channel 15's Kaitor Kay saw this misuse for himself today. He joins us now in Studio 15 with more. Kaitor, tell us what you saw.
Tara, it's a problem that keeps happening right outside of a Fort Wayne business called The Building. Drivers are driving down the side of Broadway, basically creating their own lane. Even today while we were down there, we saw multiple people driving where they weren't supposed to.
It's a Sunday on Broadway and Stoflet Street at the troublesome intersection right outside of Laura Hancock's thrift store.
I was upstairs and I heard the biggest crash yet, and I just flew downstairs and I knew what it was.
She's seen dozens of crashes here, but this one almost took the life of her worker, Hannah Whistler, who was selling a couch on the corner.
I had just gotten up just to see what was going on down here, and I got about this far before the collision happened and the car started coming up.
Today, she's counting her blessings.
Like it was like an angel that had picked me up and took me over there, and like I could have gotten hit if I hadn't got up 3 seconds earlier.
Hancock says the problem is people are creating a lane for themselves on Broadway that doesn't exist, using the parking lane to pass people and get to the Taylor Street turn lane faster. But on their way to it, they forget about Stoflet Street.
See, look, they're trying to turn. That's exactly how it happens.
Because they're whipping around, so that guy was turning in, and that guy whipped around and hit him, and he went into the building, and the car came up here.
Many drivers pull over into those parking spots and drive through them several hundred feet before they reach the intersection at Taylor.
Hancock has tried various methods over the years to get people to stop using the Broadway parking lane. She's finally gotten the attention of City of Fort Wayne traffic engineers. They've promised her they'll come down and paint diagonal road stripes next to the curb that will keep drivers where they should be until they actually reach the turn lane.
I'm glad. Somebody's gonna get hurt, and it's scary. It's really scary. Yesterday was the worst.
The city says they'll have the road stripes painted by September. In Studio 15, Kaitor Kay, News Channel 15.
1 week after a woman almost got run over by a car at a downtown intersection, the city of Fort Wayne is making some changes. Last week, News Channel 15's Kaitor Kay showed you the crash at Broadway and Stoflet Streets. After taking the problem to the city's traffic engineer, Kaitor got results. He's been down at the intersection all day watching the changes.
We told you last week that drivers are misusing the Broadway parking lane as a turn lane. So today, the city painted these white road stripes to discourage people from driving in that lane. Officials are hoping this brings an end to the scary, sometimes life-threatening crashes.
These white lines being painted by this work crew.
This is something that we can do on our end. It's simple with paint.
Laura Hancock has been waiting years to see this.
It's just so scary because you see the potential of the danger. You just see it, that somebody's going to get hurt, and people have been hurt.
Trying to stop cars from crashing into her store at the corner of Broadway and Stoflet.
But when you see over and over again the near misses, the close calls, the actual accidents, you hear them from inside and come running.
She's still having flashbacks to last week when her employee was outside on the corner selling a couch and missed death by mere seconds.
And I got about this far before the collision happened and the car started coming up.
How the intersection should work is cars going south on Broadway can stop on Stoflet Street so that people coming north can make a safe left turn onto Stoflet.
But what happens is someone will illegally whip down these parking spots and crash into the person making the left turn.
Hancock has seen dozens of crashes here over the years. Countless drivers commit the parking lane violation all day long.
Drivers on Broadway are so determined to get to Taylor Street that they often get impatient with backed up traffic. Some will move into the parking lane from hundreds of feet away. And at that point, we can only hope they safely make it through the Stoflet Street intersection without crashing to the Taylor Street turn lane.
So we teamed up with Hancock and asked the city to improve the problematic intersection.
Right, and we want to make everything safer, and hopefully this is a small little detail that we can do, but hopefully people will pay attention.
I know.
Traffic engineer Kyle Winling sent a team to paint diagonal road stripes on the parking lane to stop drivers from driving in it. Hancock is skeptical if this particular solution will work, but is happy to see something finally being done.
I am so glad that something is going to happen now, and this is a start. I hope that this will work. We'll watch them, and I'll see what happens.
The city will be monitoring the intersection to see if the road stripes improve the problem. Reporting on Broadway, Kaitor Kay, News Channel 15.